see this tournament.
Wow. All right. So this guy's also blood. We're gonna keep this. This is crazy. This is living the dream right here. Contel running into Wildeboar. Craziness. Let's give our opponent a GLHF. It doesn't get any better than this for this deck. Really, it doesn't. 2 resources, exactly, then we can play basically every card in our hand. The Glimmerglim Witch will come later, which is fine. Throwing the Wildeboar back into our deck this early is really good. Yeah, Infusion of Ice, sure. We gotta make sure we play the Wildeboar before combat, so we will play it in our first main phase. It's one of the few times that we want to play troops in our main phase, our first main phase. There we go. So we'll do that. Wildeboar. And that's turn 2. 5 damage on turn 2 is always good. There's actually, in the HexTCG Pro Tournament, there was a guy that was playing a deck that was playing Wildeboars, and it was pretty mean. Yeah, I mean, he doesn't... Yeah, I mean, this... You're right, I forget what his name is, but this guy doesn't really see a lot of play. You're right. Incubation Slave... Yeah, he's going to create some spiders. That's kind of slow, so that's good for us. We'll play both the Feral Ogre and the Howling Brave here to get us closer to having a really nice Honeycap. Actually, we'll play the Charge Bot, Charge our Ronin. Yeah, he's not going to want to block with that Incubation Slave. At least I don't think he will. So let's go ahead and charge our guy. Swing through, just more pressure. I don't think he's going to want to make this block. And then we'll play Feral Ogre in our second main phase. Yeah, Zared is he's really good. Even against this deck, he would be decent. Like, you know, he can kill Charge Bot, all my Howling Braves. There's a lot of things that he kills. Yeah, Zared's really good, but I mean, this guy does draw you cards, and if you're gaining lots of life, I mean, that's something. The problem is, you know, the life loss can be a big deal in some matchups, especially an aggro matchup like this one. Can be a really big deal, but you know, he could still make a comeback here. He's almost got 4 resources on the table now, but I am pushing now with a lot of damage, so went ahead and played that because I want to make big honeycaps. Make big honeycaps. Put that on a license plate. I make big honeycaps. So he can block my Charge Bot here, but I mean, just kind of like swinging, make him think I have like an Aura card or something. He'll probably just take it. Oh, he's alright. That's somewhat surprising, but you know, there's a very good chance I would have had Wild Aura there with the type of deck that I'm running. So we're just going to run out our hand here. Just run out all our cards. We need to get as much damage in the face as possible. Let's just face check all that damage. So something tells me that Incubation Slave is not going to live long enough to create any Spire Spawns. But I could be wrong. He might have Sorrow. Which still, he'd have to double Sorrow me here, is what would have to happen. Yeah, he needs to double Sorrow, is what needs to happen here for him. And that would put me in a really bad spot. Because then I would be left with Glimmerglim Witch. But I don't think he's got double Sorrow. Sorrow only costs 1, so it's a possibility. It could have happened. So I expect to see Sorrow in game 2. So I do want to keep that in mind. Boulder Brute's probably going to come in here with the Spell Shield again, so we'll throw the Spell Shield on him. Again, I expect to see Murder out of Blood, but, you know, I could be wrong. Nature's Reigns, I'm not too sure. I did see one artifact, but I don't see enough of a reason to pull it in just yet. Probably get rid of Rooster Soar here, maybe? I kind of want things with more than one toughness, and Rooster Soar is kind of expensive. Like, the 1-drops are fine, but the Rooster Soar I think I'm going to pull out just because I think he's going to pull in Sorrow for my deck. What else could I do? I think that should be fine. We'll just do that. So Boulder Brute for Rooster Soar. I mean, Rooster Soar is really good, but at the same time, Sorrow is going to be a blowout. And the last Blood deck didn't play Sorrow or didn't play it against me. And there's a very good chance this guy has it. I don't remember if I saw any passed around in the draft, but I mean, if you're in Blood, you should be picking up Sorrow. I mean, especially if he's making it to round 3, something tells me he's got Sorrow somewhere in there. So this isn't as good as the last one, but we can definitely keep this. Is definitely keepable. So we got the turn 1 Cottontail Ronin again into a turn 2 Oakenge ceremony to find something. We've almost got enough to play our Squirrel Titan here too, so that's always good. Yeah, we definitely want to start off with Ronin, so we'll probably play Charge Bot and Oakenge in our second turn. So not as fast as of a turn as, or rather a game as the last one, but still pretty aggressive. That early Ronin is just pretty aggressive. No plays out of our opponent just yet. He didn't have a lot of early plays either, so yeah, just pulling ahead like this is really good. No real reason to play the Charge Bot in the first main phase because we can't buff our guy. We'll play it in our second main phase after we play Oakenge. We'll play Oakenge first because there's a chance we might draw another Ronin. So we'll play the Oakenge here and see if we can draw a Ronin or something. Feral Ogre's pretty good. We'll probably pick that up here. Yeah, that's the only choice actually. So we'll just pick up the Feral Ogre and Charge Bot. I was lucky we didn't, you know, flub that one. But yeah, so +2 more damage next turn on with our champion power. So we'll have 5 damage. Turn 3, 5 damage on turn 3. Wind Whisperer to exhaust one of our dudes, but that's not going to happen for a quick minute. He'll probably be exhausting our Ronin. Really big Honeycap. He might have to exhaust our Honeycap. So I have to throw this on the Charge Bot to save the Charge Bot. So we'll resolve that. Proceed to attack phase. So we might even hold off on playing our Honeycap just to get a really big Honeycap in play, because we can have a 5/5 Honeycap instead of a 4/4. It's debatable whether that's really necessary, but a 5/5 is, you know, it's definitely more relevant. Although against Blood or Diamonds, I mean, it doesn't matter how big the body is. If they have removal, they have removal. So it's really hard to say. But that Wind Whisperer will definitely help. Until I kill it with the Squirrel Titan. Inquisitor? What? Wow. Well, that makes more sense now, doesn't it? It's gonna target my, yep, Feral Ogre, sure. Well, that's really annoying. So now I'm definitely waiting, because he's playing a waiting game now. Okay, so we're going to throw out our Feral Ogre and sit on board state here. If he swings in with Inquisitor, I'll take it and I'll swing back. Yeah, there's no reason to sacrifice... Well, actually, he can't replay it. It's going to be a while before he replays it. I don't know. He's going to tap down my Ronin anyways with his Wind Whisperer. No, he can't do that. That's right. You know what? I guess I'll give up Ronin here. Or maybe not. Maybe I'll just skip my attack phase, I guess. Okay. Whatever. Whatever. He swings with Inquisitor, I'll take it. I'm not too worried about that. Kill his Whisperer. Eventually. I actually kind of hope he swings. Yeah, I didn't think he was going to. There's another Feral Ogre. Okay. So I guess I'll swing. Play the Feral Ogre. I don't want him to debuff my Honeycap.
What?
So he's one resource away from replaying his Honeycap, so I'd rather he debuff a Feral Ogre. Okay, so he can't play his Inquisitor this turn, but he can play it next turn. Still debatable whether I want to play Honeycap here or not. Just going to play Lorgoyle. Okay. That's a good blocker for him. He can exhaust one of my guys. So he can basically nullify my attack now. I still want to wait, though, to play Honeycap for him to play Inquisitor, because he can replay it next turn. There's a Ronin. Okay, so I'd rather play Ronin here anyways. Should tap down one of my... If he taps down an Ogre, then, yeah, like, I have no attack phase at this point. So, because you can just block with Lorgoyle. Actually, you know what? I'm going to go in. We'll see... Actually, you know what? I can swing with Charge Bot now. Yeah, so that's fine. We'll deal a damage. I get one through. That's fine. He might just take it. No, okay. I could have had a buff there. So we'll play a Ronin here. Ronin's a good counter for dealing with Inquisitor, for sure. Because he just keeps getting bigger. So something tells me he plays Inquisitor again here, which puts me in not a great board state. He's getting a lot of resources. I don't know that I have a good response for Inquisitor in this deck. I don't think that I do. I basically have to just hope that he doesn't draw it. He didn't play Inquisitor, which is kind of baffling for me. I guess he has some sort of murder or something, some sort of removal. So I'm going to go ahead and Squirrel Titan his Whisperer here. Just going to terrible transfer my guy in response. I don't think that should work that way. That's fine. I still get a swing here. I guess it would work that way. I'm not... Yeah. So terrible transfer. So he deals the damage as the thing's on the stack. So yeah, then then the ability basically fizzles. The ability gets countered because it's already dead. So yeah, because it has to enter the battleground before its ability. So yeah, I guess that's correct. Yep, there we go. Inquisitor. Now I get to play a 6/6 Honeycap. He has 8. He can replay his Inquisitor again. It's so frustrating. Inquisitor! But if he replays it, I mean, like, I still have Honeycap, and I guess we'll see what happens here. See if he's gonna exhaust my Ronin. Sure. So I guess I'll swing in with my Feral Ogre and Charge Bot. Just keep being aggressive. Sure. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and play Glimmerglim Witch here instead of Honeycap, so that way my Honeycap can be as big as possible. Eventually, he should run out of resources and not be able to play the Inquisitor, but, you know, so far that hasn't happened. He's drawn a lot of resources. Playing a game, what are you doing? Target my Glimmerglim Witch. So it's going to be at least 2 more turns, unless he plays a resource now. What, Elliot? Or you can play Inquisitor again. Oh, there we go. That's perfect. So we're going to go ahead and swing away and see if we can kill the Inquisitor and then play Honeycap in our second main phase here. This is why these games were going so long against this guy. My timer's really far behind his. I'm 3 minutes behind him. It's not good. Okay, play Honeycap here. Nice big 6/6 Honeycap, which he won't be able to play his Inquisitor to deal with, and hopefully he doesn't have Murder for or Terrible Transfer. There's one resource. Yeah, there's that Terrible Transfer, sure. Got a bunch of do-nothing troops on the board. About a 7/7. Actually, we're gonna buff. Guess I'll. It really doesn't matter what I buff. I don't even need to use the buff here. We'll just play the Honeycap and then pass the turn. So nice 7/7 Honeycap. At least he can't Terrible Transfer that. He'll have to murder it. And he could replay his Inquisitor, but it seems to be not as good. If anything, he's going to make me draw out. So shuffle cards back into his deck with Lorgoyle, of course. Yeah, shuffling the Terrible Transfers back in to try to deal with things. Well, there's 7. He can replay his Inquisitor here. Or Terrible Transfer that he just drew. Okay. Well, that's fun. So I guess he has an infinite loop now, because he's got Lorgoyle plus Terrible Transfer plus his champion ability to draw cards. Wow. Probably just should have held on to that shard, really. Realistically, I already have my champion power, but there's no real reason to use it. I think I've got one more Honeycap in the deck, and I got Boulder Brood in here, and he's untargetable, at least. What's going on, Nero? If I draw Boulder Brood, that'll help quite a bit because all his stuff targets, so I can at least start swinging away with that. Buff it and do all kinds of stuff with it. Oh boy. Try to get some time back here. Pass my turn. Pass stuff as fast as possible. Brood Creeper. Okay, that's not good for me. The Boulder Brood Gigantifly plan. Yeah, but I mean, it's only so good. That's only good for like one turn, maybe. We do have Gigantify in here. Yeah, that's another one. Turbulence. Yeah, so we're just going to Turbulence this guy right now, because I don't want to deal with him anymore. I'm tired of dealing with you, Lorgoyle. Shuffle your cards in. Atrophy. Okay. So I actually have to start throwing Feral Ogres in front of his Brood Creeper, which is unfortunate. I can't buff a guy because he'll just Wind Whisper and tap it down, so the buff is useless. At least Turbulence did something really good there. That's good. Now he can't go infinite anymore on all of his like spells and stuff. But things are looking like his game right now, I'd say. Yep, might as well. So I can't deal with more dudes in play, so we gotta start sacking dudes. See if I can get Gigantify here or something. Oh, alright, so we're just gonna sit on this shard to make him think I have something. Let's see, do I want to just start taking damage here? He's going to Wind Whisper. He's going to make me sacrifice my Glimmer Witch to his thing. Sure. I could have buffed my guy and swing, but he's at 20, and I just don't have damage now, so it's just not happening. This game's going super long. I think this is game 2, isn't it? Yeah, this is game 2. Yep, alright, sure. You get your Brood Creeper damage through. Yep, no response. Yeah, he starts building up some spider army, and eventually, like, it's gonna take over. I need a Boulder Brood here is what I need. And so he's just gonna debuff this guy too. It's not really doing much. He can replay his Inquisitor to debuff my Sensei. I pretty much had to play this Sensei, the Wounded Petal. Yeah, I'm kind of curious about the Ruby too. I'm not sure why that's in here. Yeah, sure. So I guess I'll just block Glimmer Witch to this guy. I'm going to save my Feral Ogre in case I draw something nice. And then take 3 and he gets another spider. Eventually the spiders are just going to take over. Yep, Inquisitor for my guy. Yep. Getting spidered right now. Something big, something good and big for me to play. I kind of basically lost once he stabilized, honestly. No, this isn't really going anywhere. Pass my turns as fast as possible. There's really nothing going on over here. Can't play any shards because I'm trying to bluff with them. Taking lots of damage, etc., etc., etc. He can replay his Inquisitor again, by the way, just so you guys know. Yep. Not sure why he didn't tap a guy down there. He probably should have. I'll take 6. He gets another spider. I guess that puts him in a board state where you can tap a guy down in my end step now. And then tap another guy down. So, yeah, that Ronin's not going to help. Why is this guy a 3-2? I'm not sure why that guy's a 3-2. That doesn't seem right. Something's wrong there. Yeah, tap down my Ronin. Why is this guy a 3-2? Just doesn't make sense. Yep, drawing cards. His deck likes to draw cards.
Hey guys, bedtime. Bedtime, please.
I think I had him down to like 7 this match before he started gaining life back from something.
Are you drafting still?
Yeah, I'm in the last match.
Okay, you need to turn this off. No more movies, Josh. We're going to bed.
Alright, so I guess I'll take 6, 7, 8. It was really huge that he killed my my Squirrel Titan in response there. Shell save Sure Shot. Yeah, I think we're going to call it here. See what I draw into. It's best for me to save my clock as much as possible. Although I mean, 15 minutes is a long time for me to have for a game. Gigantify is just not going to be good enough. Yeah, so I guess I can buff this guy. We'll exhaust him in response. Yeah, it really doesn't matter. I can throw Gigantify on him, but like, yeah, it's not really like I can do anything here. Let's see. I don't even think I can survive. He's just got too much damage now. It's gonna terrible transfer something. Terrible transfer that guy, sure. Get some more life. Yeah, I just can't block enough stuff, so. There's really no reason for me to even give away that I have Gigantify, so I'm just going to lose here. Like, I still can't win, so. If this was game 3, then I would do it. I would play the Gigantify to kill his guy, but I'd rather just keep that information hidden. I'm not sure if he recycled one or how that happened with the Ronin. That was just so weird. So we definitely have to win in the early game here. I don't know if there's anything else I can throw in the deck to deal with his deck. Rooster Soar might be good, better than what I thought. Yeah, actually it is. Definitely want the Rooster Soar back in here. In fact, I'm going to put Concubunny in here too. Because he has removal, but yeah. Turbulence I liked. I like Gigantify on there. Glimmerland Witch is probably not that great. And Wounded Petal is probably not that great. We just need to be fast. So that's fine. We'll just keep that. He's just not fast, so like if... You know, we do have late game, but... Yeah, we'll see if we can get a nice fast hand. We really need a fast hand here. Play first, of course. Ooh, this is so risky. Oh, this is such a risky hand to keep. Oh, let's do it. Let's do it. We gotta do it. We gotta do it. Such a risky hand. We're gonna keep it. This is like balls to the wall aggressive. Oh my gosh. So we get to play a feral ogre every turn. So I mean, that seems pretty good. That's where Howling Brave makes up like the extra resources. It's like half a resource because you know if you have resources, it makes resources. And I knew he didn't have early removal, so and there we go. So there we go. Anyways, so we can actually swing. I'll just go ahead and play this as quickly as possible. We'll do that, and we'll just swing in. So we actually lucked out there. And we're one away from playing the Honeycap and the Wild Aura. Hopefully it doesn't draw his Inquisitor, or just doesn't draw the blood to deal with it. Oh, sorrow. So that could have been really bad for us. If if we didn't draw that resource, that would have blown us out there. The sorrow, which we expected to see, and we didn't see in game 2 at all. Given the amount of card drawing he had, he was either holding on to one or he just didn't draw it, which it seems, you know, not very likely because he had like 16 cards left in his deck. So there we go. Swing in for 6. Bad gamble. I gambled too. I guess he only has one resource in hand, so yeah, that's probably gonna be the game for him because bam. Yeah. So I think that's gonna be the game right there. There's no way he can come back from this. He already played a sorrow. Something tells me he doesn't have that much more sorrow. I've got a lot of crush damage coming through right now. Like he can absorb 1 point of damage. He's getting 8 here to the face. Actually, I can Wild Aura for the win. Actually, I can Kishimoto Wild Aura for the win here. Yeah, that's going to be game right there. So there you go. Just had a earlier loss in the first round, and Mono Wild just punching.